Hello there, my name's David Vaughan from Mad Baits, and we're here today at the beautiful Thorny Weir complex in the heart of the Colne Valley to talk about our range of baits with some of our consultants. First up, we've got someone who I'm sure quite a lot of you already know. Birdie has been one of our consultants for quite a while now. Hi there, Birdie.
Hello mate, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I believe you're going to tell us about a bait that you were very much involved in the development of.
Yeah, I'd love to tell you about it, mate.
I think it's named after you, Birdies Grub Red.
Yeah, Grub Red. It's basically a bait that I've been using now for quite a while. I used to have an old company called BC UK, sadly folded around 2005, 2007, and I did really well on this boilie. Obviously getting involved with you guys has been great because I've been able to actually put this boilie back together with you guys, and I'm so confident on this bait, you know.
That's right, we were lucky enough to get the original recipe from the guys at BC UK.
Yeah, I mean, he's followed it, you know, totally, and I mean, this is absolutely packed with aminos and liquidized maggot. I don't want to say too much, you know, else about the bait, but as you can see, there's loads of maggots hanging out of it. I love it looking really rustic. We have got a plum smell, a flavouring that comes out of it, which pretty much gives it like an alcohol-y sort of texture.
You get that nice,
you know,
fermented,
get that fermented smell. The other thing I really like about these boilies, they do leak off really quickly, so if there's any fish in the area, they will come straight in and drop on it. Also, after a couple of hours, they look washed out.
Yeah.
But when you pull them in, they don't smell of silt, you know, they still have the smell and all the right stuff going on in them. So, you know, there's a lot there. To be fair, I'm fishing over on the Metz lake, just across the bridge there, not on here at the moment. Did really well on this last year, and within about 15 nights this year, I've already had over 50 fish on this bait, and they seem to be going out all over the mat and everything, you know.
And some of the fish over there mostly feed on naturals. I know they're really tough to catch.
Yeah, they are. I mean, obviously there's an influx now of a new strain in there. There's a lot of stockies in there, but they're just eating it for fun, you know. And you know, as you know, just recently I've had a few of the originals, and they're starting to get involved as well now. So it's really good to see. You know, I am Mr. Confident with this bait. You know, when you first brought it back down to the lake and I opened the bag, that was it for me.
Perfect. Well, thanks for that, Birdie. It's nice to see that the bait's working so well for you, and we can see you've got a wealth of knowledge and know exactly what you're doing with a good quality bait. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Mike Woodward, otherwise known as Big Mike. Mike's favourite bait out of our range is the ASBO, something that Mike also had an interest in developing. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the bait, Mike?
Yeah, it's a fish meal based boilie. It's got good levels of fermented shrimp, liver, garlic. It's got loads of additives that the carp love. It's a great boilie. There's no added flavourings to it, which when you crack it open, you do get a real strong smell. It's all natural smells from the ingredients in the boilie. You know, it's fantastic bait. I've had loads of fish of it. You know, it's one of my all-time favourites.
I know this is a bait, Mike, that a lot of people have been using, and the feedback I'm getting about it is that it's not only a bait that you can turn up to a water and do a baiting campaign with, it's a bait that works instantly the first time you fish.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, the fish seem to just home in on it. You know, I've gone to runs waters where people have been struggling, and I've absolutely bagged up. You know, and people have been coming out and asking for a bit, and you know, they've started catching. And equally, you know, been on some hard waters, massive gravel pits, you know, in tough times, and you know, I've caught on it, you know, and you know, it's been a great bait for me.
Well, I know from your development that it's full of, to use a well-worn phrase, natural goodness.
Yeah.
It's just brimming with flavours and things that are going to get the fish excited and up for feeding.
That's what I do really like about the bait, is the natural goodness in it. You know, I don't like too many sort of liquid additives, you know, in my baits. You know, I like to keep things sort of as natural as possible.
Absolutely.
For the fish.
There's no chemical flavourings, there's no added flavourings into that. It's just pure, natural, high quality bait.
Yep. You know, perfect.
Cheers, Mike. Thanks for that. Okay, third on the list today, we've got Dave Little with us. He's our Cambridgeshire river legend. Dave's had a lot of very, very good, high quality, big fish out of the rivers up that way. One of Dave's favourite baits is the Nutz. He's going to tell us a little bit about that. So over to you, Dave.
Yeah, here we have the Nutz Boilie. It's a nut and milk protein based boilie. It has got 4 different types of nut in it.
Yep.
It's also got GLM, betaine, and there's a bird food in there to help with the breakdown of the boilie. Also, we've got a couple of other little wedges in there, which obviously we can't give away on camera.
We don't want to tell them too much, otherwise they'll be making it at home.
Exactly, yeah.
I see you've got it there in the 16 mil.
Yep.
We've also got it down here in the 6 mil.
Yeah,
which is something that we do that's a little bit different.
Yeah, a nice little wedge. Just spodding these out, and obviously just putting your hook baits over that. I mean, what carp can resist something like that?
Absolutely. I mean, I've fished these with 2 or 3 on the hair and a few out when I've been stalking.
Yeah.
And had great success with it.
A great edge, an absolute great edge.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, well that's just some of our consultants, and as you can see within that group there's an absolute wealth of carp fishing knowledge and experience. My personal favourite and the current bait that I'm using and have been using for some time now is the Addiction. We called it the Addiction because once the carp get onto it they just can't stay away from it. It's a fish meal based boilie. It's got lots of hay throbbing red in it. It's got fenugreek, it's got liquid and powdered liver and a few other ingredients which once again I can't tell you about. But believe you me, they're really, really good carp attractants and they really do the job. I've had carp out in this country up to £62 on this. I've had a lot of the bigger fish out of this lake on it. It's a real good quality bait that I would, if I had to pick one bait to fish the rest of my life with, this is the bait I'd pick. And the other important thing about Mad Baits is that we're not a company that buys in our base mixers or buys in our pre-rolled boilies. We actually roll all our boilies in-house. We have a team of rollers. We make all our own base mixers. We source the ingredients worldwide to come up with the best quality ingredients that we possibly can to put into the baits that we make. We have total and complete confidence in our baits. I've also got here the Addiction hookies and the Addiction food dip. Now we do these right across the range, so they come to complement all the boilies that we do. The hookies are hardened and heavily glugged, as you can see. They work really well fished as singles. I also like to fish them as the bottom section in a snowman with a matching pop-up. The other thing that we do is the matching food dip. Now this, unlike a glug, which is very common with a lot of companies, this is a food dip made up of all the good quality ingredients and the good stuff that go into the particular boilie that it's associated to. So it's almost like a liquidized boilie in a jar, as it was. You can use this to dip your PVA bags. You can pour it into your PVA bags. It's completely PVA friendly and it works really well at drawing the fish in. It puts a complete food signal out into the water. Okay guys, well that's just a brief lineup of some of the baits that we do and some of our consultants. I'm sure you'll be seeing more of us in the future, where we'll be following some of our consultants in their own personal fishing situations on rivers and lakes around the country. In fact, we've just done some filming with Jerry Hammond down on Thorny Weir, the very lake behind me. You can get more information about Jerry's incredible trip down to these lakes and the session that he had on here and some of the fish that he caught at www.madbaits.com. And we'll see you next time.